One of my main problems with Sonic is that they've rehashed their game so much and tried so many new things at the same time, resulting in unfinished games with unpolished mechanics and games that somehow happen to sell well because of the fan base. Sonic Battle is a prime example of this. It is yet another Sonic spin-off, which is a fighting game of Sonic. And you know what? It's not that great. The graphics are alright, but that's the only good part, and there's terrible gameplay. So how bad can this gameplay be? Let's find out. So, when you start the game, the first thing you'll notice is the music. To compose the music for the game, Sega hired a bunch of 10-year-olds and asked them to hit random keys on the keyboard. Afterwards, they decided to release it in a game. Because that's what it sounds like. It sounds like a bunch of garbage composed by 10-year-old kids with a crappy keyboard after they bind their keys. And then when Sega thought it sounded cool after assigning the right instruments, they put it in and sold it. There's a story mode, a battle mode which just dumps you in random opponents with, well, gameplay that sucks, and other stuff. About the gameplay, I'll go into it later, but let's talk about the story. The story is basically, Eggman has some dumb robot who is supposed to take over the world for the 50 millionth time. Where haven't we heard that plot before? Basically, Sonic finds a robot, takes him to Tails, and apparently he learns moves and shit. And that's the whole point of the story mode. Just going around, trying to get your one character to learn moves. That is all. And the fighting gameplay itself blows, alright? About the fighting gameplay, let's talk about that. For the actual fighting itself, you pick an attack. Actually, yeah, this is a fighting game and you don't have deep characters with tons of combos. You just pick a random attack and spam the shit out of that attack. And that's all you ever do. Just press buttons and hope it hits the opponent. The graphics are like the only good thing about the game, because this is 3D and most GBA developers never tried 3D, instead they tried 2D, but the sprites are just recycled sprites from Sonic Advance. It's like, if they can make 3D, can they at least make sprites that don't look like copy-pasted sprites? I mean, seriously. But hey, the gameplay's more important than the graphics, so I'll talk about the gameplay. The gameplay, like I said earlier, is non-existent. You just push random buttons till you win. But that's all it is. The story mode is just you going around doing the whole thing until you get bored of it, which shouldn't take very long. And there's also a multiplayer battle and a mode to let you battle with other AIs, and that's all you do. It's like they're trying too hard to be Power Stone, but there's no items either. You just mash the buttons until you beat the enemy up. It's not fun at all, and like I said, since there's only a few combos because the GBA only has like 3 or 4 buttons, it just comes off sucking. So, honestly, this game is just another bad Sonic game, alright? I mean, there's not much to it really, it's just another cash-in by Sega. And Sega is trying to cash in. After all, somebody at Sega said that they wanted Sonic to be like Hello Kitty in popularity and marketing, so yeah. All in all, this is just another bland Sonic game from the GBA. Please, leave this game where it belongs, in the bargain bin, and go buy better GBA games like, oh, I don't know, Final Fantasy VI or Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. Those games are much better than this. All in all, thanks for watching and subscribe for more.